rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
All right. Hello, everyone, and I'm so excited for this next conversation. With me, I have Robert Detweiler from Planar, who is their Senior Director, Product Management and Training. First of all, Robert, hi. It's great to see you. I don't feel like I've seen you since Infocom, so it's been a
No,
minute.
no, it absolutely has, yeah, been Infocom. It's been a little while. It feels much longer than reality, I think. There's been a lot going on.
A lot going on, so much
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
And you guys have been busy over at Planar, so you are here for a particular reason. You guys just introduced a whole new series called the Komodo series. So first of all, very cool name. But I'm excited to kind of like dig into this series a little bit and learn a lot more about like where it fits in Planar's
Mhm.
lineup.
Great, great. Yeah, so we just launched October 1st our Komodo series, Planar Komodo series. And where it fits at the top of our portfolio. Um, it really is uh, designed and architectured so that it has performance for the most discerning of customers, and it has features for the most discerning of customers. And so it is sitting at the top of our portfolio, and that's unique because we were able to do that with new LED technologies or newer LED technologies, and really have it have that performance that we're looking for.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about this series. Like, what exactly is it and what's different?
Sure. So the Komodo series is built on COB LED technology, and I know it's been around for a little while. We kind of hesitated to enter into that market, but we entered into it pretty hard this year. We wanted to study it, we wanted to understand it, and we wanted to make sure that Planar could bring something to the table that really elevates the performance. And so this year, we brought in three different COB platforms, Komodo being the one that sits at the top with the most performance enhancements.
Hmm.
Um, as I'm sure you know, COB itself inherently had some struggles with uniformity, both within a module and module to module, and that was one of the things that we really wanted to focus on trying to make better and to elevate that performance.
Absolutely. So everyone's favorite guys have zero point 0.7, zero point 0.9, and 1.2 millimeter at the moment. So tell me a little bit about the application types and where you see each of these pixel pitches like fitting in.
Sure. So definitely fine pixel pitch applications. We see those applications going into corporate boardrooms, conference rooms, education environments. We see those pixel pitches and this product potentially going into high-end lobbies or things like that. One of the interesting verticals that we actually kind of looked at is production review, or can it fit in production
Mhm.
because the visual performance is so good. We actually think that production houses could use it for reviewing materials and things like that. Now, we still think that the majority of our customers and the majority of people that will be buying this product are corporations or normal applications, but we
Yeah.
know that there's a lot of companies, a lot of professionals, a lot of executives that really want to have the best performing products, and that's where this product can fall. Um, I mentioned that we tried to elevate COB, and to elaborate a little bit on that,
Mhm.
we tried to find or tried to source and build with the best quality components. So we have very good driver ICs, we have very good LEDs. We chose LEDs that get a very high P3 rating. And then we did some things in our manufacturing process to really bring that together. So we're actually turning on the little LED dies while they're still on the wafer, and we're testing those and finding the ones that have uniform characteristics for both color and brightness. And we're only choosing the LED dies to go into our modules that are uniform. Um,
Cool.
when we actually manufacture the module itself, We're also taking those LED dyes and we're alternating them. Every column, we're switching directions from right left to left right. And the reason that we're doing that is so that we can take out any kind of anomalies where maybe a production batch of LED dyes has extra or more light going out to the left.
Hmm.
Well, if we alternate it every other column, now we have more staggered light, and so we can blend it better for better uniformity, better viewing angles, etc.
That's really cool. So that's definitely how, I mean, in general, chip on board has become a really, really big trend in the LED market right now. We have seen that because the technology has come such a long way. But I see that as being like your approach really, really standing out to make sure that it blends really, really well. Um, so I would love to hear a little bit more about like how this then affects like image quality and reliability.
Well, COB in general, because it's a protective technology, the reliability is benefited by that. Once it's manufactured, the whole surface really is encapsulated in a protective layer. That layer helps with performance because it makes the surface blacker and it helps with contrast. But it also helps in the fact that less fallout will happen of LEDs. They're less
Mhm.
fragile. There's less susceptibility to having problems there. Um, and so I think COB in general is going to help with reliability.
So, I want to talk a little bit more generally about the design of this series as well, because I do think that durability and energy efficiency both play into it.
And as we just addressed durability, COB will be more durable. It will be ready for going for deployment into more active environments where people
Hmm.
might step into the wall or knock into the wall. Absolutely. The LEDs are protected just because of that COB.
Yep.
And energy efficiency, absolutely. One of the benefits of COB is the fact that you don't have the LED dyes, the red, green, and blue,
Yep.
in a secondary package, right? SMD or traditional LED, they've always been put into another package, another device that you have to put into your manufacturing process. And that process is good. It creates really nice, reliable products. It creates good visual products, but it also has a little bit of a negative in terms of energy efficiency because of that extra layer of PCBs and packaging. There is some efficiency loss, and so COB does really help us to make a more efficient. So you get more brightness or additional brightness at any given power usage rate, and COB is there. We use very high end LEDs and high-end driver ICs. So the driver ICs are really geared towards using power efficiency to put out the best light as well. Now, I would say Komodo is geared to be a very high-end visual performing product. So we have chosen to make sure that visuals um, do not get compromised to get
Hmm.
power or so on. We're really kind of focused on the visual performance. That said, it is a very well efficient product design.
Absolutely. I want to talk about image or LED processing as well too, because this is powered by Megapixel's, is it the Helios LED
It
processing
is,
platform?
yes.
Yeah. So tell me what this adds to the Komodo series in terms of flexibility, image performance, etc.
Yeah, so this was our first endeavor to make a megapixel planar product, and it's very interesting because we were actually working together, grounds up, trying to develop this product together. So we really spent a lot of time with our two engineering teams, making sure that we could get the best performance out of both systems.
Hmm.
The megapixel processor is a very powerful processor in the fact that it is only a 1U size. It's only a 1U cabinet size, but it can support 8K resolutions of video walls. And it actually can support multiple video walls just in that same cabinet, that 1U cabinet size. Um, Other aspects of the megapixel system is they really have spent a lot of time with software development to make it easier and more automatic and intuitive. The software is stepping towards that consumer where people could really understand what they want to do. And when you talk about content on a video wall, you have a controller that's controlling all these cabinets of 22 inches or 27 inches or different sizes. And it has to make all that work as one wall. So when you send it something over your Apple TV or your computer and you're switching sources or switching content,
Mm-hmm.
the megapixel processor does a very good job of handling all those different codecs and doing that stuff automatically for the user. I guess one more thing that it really brings to the table for us is that it brings multiple inputs. The processor has interchangeable cards, and so we can switch between HDMI, DisplayPort, USB, SD2110, and at the customer's desire, what they
Yep.
might need.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about ST2110 for a minute because that's like a pretty big deal. That's typically a standard used in broadcast, but we are seeing it more and more in our industry every day, which is like pretty exciting. And I was wondering if you just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how this might open the door for a potential like use in a production environment or a hybrid type workflow.
Sure. So absolutely, SD2110 was developed for broadcast, and it's there to distribute media content
Yep.
over a network.
No, it's
It's the
okay.
yeah, it's the evolution that the broadcast is moving to, and that they've had for a while. And it's gaining a lot of traction, not just in broadcast, but also in corporate environments. We're seeing where large campuses or maybe multi-site campuses are really kind of looking at how they re-architect their campus, re-architect their networks to support SD2110. So it's not just an AV standard; it's really going into the IT, and our IT administrators are trying to support content delivery over a network. SD2110 puts it right there available, so that once you set up those media servers and those networks, then the display wall can easily accept it. And the megapixel processor can accept up to 100 Gs of SD2110 content, so very high amount of bandwidth and very detailed content.
Absolutely. Well, I think that was about all the questions I had. I was wondering if there was anything I didn't ask or any other like, specs or anything else you wanted to include about the Komodo series that I maybe didn't ask in my questions.
Yeah, I think one more thing that I might elaborate on or talk about is the fact that we took some time to optimize the pixel pitches as well. LED video walls have always kind of supported HD and 4K and maybe even 8K kind of naturally. But we wanted to tackle one more resolution, one more aspect ratio with Komodo series, and so we optimized our cabinet design and our pixel pitch design to make sure that we could still support those three that I talked about, HD, 4K, 8K, but we want to add 21 by 9 5K resolution. And so what we've done is we actually kept the 09 pixel pitch kind of the same because it could do it. But the 07, we introduced a new pixel pitch. It's a 0.75, and we made the cabinet size smaller as well so that we could hit that 5K resolution while maintaining all the same resolutions we've hit before. And so I think that's very important because we're seeing more activity and more deployments where a display wall is going wider than taller, both for visuals impact, but because the real estate on a wall typically has more space than on horizontally than vertically.
Very cool. Well, that's very exciting. And the actual last question I had is, the other question that I'm sure everyone wants to know is when do you guys expect this series to be available?
So we launched it on October 1st, and we are going to be getting our first batch of inventory here in probably 30 days or so, in less than 30 days. And so we'll be shipping here this quarter. Likely the first shipments will be coming out in November.
Awesome. Very exciting. So, where can people find more information on the Komodo series, and where should people go if they would like to learn more or find out about a demo or talk to you or what have you?
Well, you can always find out more on Planar's website about any of our products. If you want to find out about Komodo specifically, if you type in planar.com/Komodo, it'll get you there as well.
Perfect.
And that's where you can request information about your deployment or even ask to see a demo.
Awesome. Well, Robert, thank you so much for your time. It was good getting to catch up with you, and congratulations. This series is awesome and very exciting.
Thank you very much.
Rave Radio with Red.